What's going on, people? What's going on? I'm still having technical difficulties with my Mac because goddamn Mountain Lion upgrade just fucking shit up, I swear. So I don't know how good this is gonna turn out. It's another video with my phone. We're gonna see how this breaks down. But with the fight around the corner, I had to speak up on Josesito Lopez versus Canelo Alvarez, and this is going to be difficult for me. Now, before I even get into it, let's go back to the Josesito Lopez versus Victor Ortiz fight. Now, Victor Ortiz is a technically flawed fighter. To me, he's a brawler puncher who jumps in as a fairly large welterweight to physically dominate you. It was no more evident when he fought little Andre Berto. He jumps in with his 1-2s, and then he lays on top of you to wear you down. And against Andre Berto, I mean, he had the reach advantage, so it makes it easier for him to come in throwing, and then lay on top of you to wear you down, to physically, to mentally break you from his physical presence in the ring. And against Josesito Lopez, he did the same thing. The only difference between Andre Berto and Josesito Lopez is Lopez has the reach to try to stay on the outside and counter you. And that's what he did. Of course, he was still getting battered and bruised. Of course, he was still fighting the bigger guy. But he took advantage of what he could take advantage of. He tried to land shots on the outside, catching Victor Ortiz coming in, and for the most part, he did that, standing trade with him to show he wasn't scared to give weak-minded Victor Ortiz the notion that, hey, I just can't dominate this guy. He came to fight, because we know Victor Ortiz, extremely good athlete. He's very weak-minded when it comes to boxing. He's very weak-minded. If he can't dominate you, he second guesses himself, and you can see it in his face in the corners. You can see it in his face during the rounds. You just can see it. He's literally weak-minded when it comes to fighting. So, me personally, the only reason this fight between Canelo Alvarez and Josesito Lopez is going down is because of the qualification bout, I'll say. Qualification bout. Victor Ortiz needs to have this qualification bout against Josesito Lopez in order to make the bout with Canelo Alvarez. Now, we all know what happened. Victor Ortiz got caught with his mouth open on a counter shot and broke his jaw, and he had no choice but to pull out of the fight. I honestly think, now this is just my speculation, this is no fact to it, I think in the process of Golden Boy trying to find Canelo's next opponent, Josesito Lopez, being the game fighter that he is, took advantage of that qualification bout, as you will. I don't even think De La Hoya wanted to put this fight on. Richard Schaefer wanted to put this fight on. I think it might have came from Josesito Lopez camp saying, hey, if this was a qualification bout and I won it, I deserve this fight. And possibly even threaten to sue Golden Boy if they didn't put the fight on. Now, Golden Boy, knowing that without Victor Ortiz, they weren't going to be able to match a pay-per-view hype with Sergio Martinez versus Chavez. They just had to run with it. It is what it is. They had to run with the fight. Now, that's my speculation. There's no guarantee that, Josesito Lopez camp was like threatening to sue, but it makes all the sense to me. It makes all the sense to me. So let's get actually into the fight. Now, honestly, when you think about the stats of the fight, reach and height, they're pretty much evenly matched when it comes to Alvarez versus Lopez. I mean, Lopez is 5'9", 5'9" and a half actually, and uh, Alvarez is 5'9". There's no difference there. Alvarez has a 2-inch reach advantage, 72-inch reach advantage, and what is it? Lopez has 69. That 2 inches might play a difference in this fight compared to Victor Ortiz, because Victor Ortiz doesn't fight long. He doesn't fight with his reach. He just comes in, mauls you, and lays on you. It's going to be to Lopez's best interest to keep this fight on the outside, because Alvarez is pretty much a technically sound fighter. He's pretty much a technically sound fighter. Him being a technically sound fighter makes this matchup against Lopez giving him a possible chance. Not a possible chance to break his jaw too, because that's not happening. A possible chance to score some points in a round, meaning landing some punches. I think at the end of the day, the most moving punches in the fight will come from Alvarez. I mean, because he's an extremely big guy who should be fighting at 160 probably, and will probably be doing that soon anyway. At the welterweight, not welterweight, but the middleweight division, and you got a smaller guy who won't have the punching power of a middleweight to compete with the power aspect of it. I think, yes, since this is more of a technical bout, and if Josesito Lopez stays on the outside, he can probably give Alvarez a problem in this fight if he can stay on the outside. We all know Alvarez is a body puncher. He goes body to the head falls, and once the head falls, once the body gives in, he's tagging that head all day. Well, I really don't think when it comes to speed differential, speed advantage, I think they're probably about the same speed. I think technically they're probably very close technically. I mean, as far as staying behind the jab, taking counters when you see it, taking opportunity to stay outside, working inside when you absolutely need to. I think if Josesito let this fight go inside, he's going to die fast. This fight will not go the distance if he lets the fight go inside. And I think his camp is smart enough to know, stay on outside. Alvarez is a technical fighter. He will cut off the ring to get in close to do his body work. Lopez is going to have to find ways to not let the ring get cut off so he can stay outside. That's where the battle will lie. If Josesito Lopez can stay outside. If he can't stay outside, it's going to be an early night. If he can stay outside, it's going to make it very difficult for Alvarez to do what he does best, kill the body so the head will fall. I think between round 6 up until about the 8th round, it might actually be close if Lopez can stay outside. Again, the most physically hurt physical punches will come from Alvarez, and there's no question in that. And I don't think Lopez will have the punching power to physically hurt Alvarez. I think he might be able to land some counter shots to make to make Alvarez hesitate just a little bit to think, all right, if I do this, he's going to hit me. But it's not going to be to the point where Alvarez is like, oh, he might hurt me if I do this. He'll catch me if I do that. It's going to all depend on Lopez staying outside. If he cannot stay outside, it's going to be an early night. If he can stay outside, and this is only if he can stay outside, this is a 12-round fight. This will be a 12-round fight if he can stay outside. It'll be a lot closer on the scorecards if he can stay outside. If he can't stay outside, he will get stopped in this fight. He will get stopped, hands down. But I give Josesito Lopez all the credit in the world. He's a game fighter. I don't see no quitting this guy. I think he's coming to fight, and he's going to do whatever it takes to compete. And even if he loses, to go up pretty much 2 weight classes on 10 pounds to fight, 14 pounds, matter of fact, to go up 14 pounds, or if not more, to fight one who's considered an up-and-coming prospect who could possibly be a pound for pound king. So it will make all the difference in the world. The only thing I have questions about when it comes to Alvarez is he still hasn't fought a legitimate middleweight. So honestly, I don't even know how good his chin is. He hasn't fought a legitimate middleweight who will stand with him, who will possibly give him a boxing lesson. Not to say that can actually happen because he's technically sound, but somebody that could possibly give him problems. So we don't know how good Alvarez's chin is. That's my thing. I don't know how good his chin is. So maybe he has a welterweight chin in a middleweight body. We don't know. We'll find out more in this fight. I think it's going to be close early. Early to mid rounds is going to be close. I can see with good effective counter punching, staying behind Josesito Lopez's jab and staying outside. Meaning every time Canelo tries to come in with them body shots, take a step back, pop him in his face with a jab, or step to the side, catch it with a check left, stay on the outside. It can make for a long night for Alvarez. I don't think it's clear-cut dry how some people might have it, like this big guy is going to physically dominate this little guy. This is not Victor Ortiz. Alvarez is more of a technical boxer. He's not going to sit there and chase somebody around the ring, jumping into their chest and trying to bang them. He stays behind his jab. He starts slow. He stays behind his jab. And he tries to figure out his timing so he could start working your body, start working your head. And because Alvarez starts slow, that gives Josesito Lopez an opportunity to easily win rounds 1 through 3 before Alvarez gets his timing down pat. Now, will that happen? To me, it still depends on if Lopez can stay outside. Don't be the game fighter to say, I can stand and trade. Stay outside. So I got 2 predictions because I don't know what's going to actually happen in the ring on this one. I haven't seen enough video of Lopez to know, will he let his pride come before his boxing ability? I have no idea. Like I said, I have not seen enough video of him. If his pride doesn't come before his boxing ability, I'm calling 12 rounds. Flat out. 12 rounds, close decision win for Canelo Alvarez. If Josesito Lopez's pride comes before his boxing, he'll get stopped between the 6th to 8th round. 6th to 8th round. That's my predictions, because I can't give you one solid one, because Josesito Lopez is, I just don't know. I just don't know. So, at the end of the day, that's how I see it. Let me know what you think. Until the next one, doses.